new act. Everyone in the legal field must handle digital evidence with caution. Here, the resource person will provide you with insight on the topic. So with this brief introductory remarks, I would like to stop here, and because you are eager to listen to the experts, so I will stop here. Thank you.
Now, before inviting guests to deliver their lectures on respective topic, I take this opportunity to introduce you all both the resource persons. The first resource person is Mr. Yogesh Thande. Mr. Yogesh Thande is a computer science graduate and postgraduate in Master of Business Administration with specialization in computer management from Pune University. He has completed global certifications like Certified Ethical Hacker, Certified Incident Handler, Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator, etc. He is also a diploma holder in cyber law from Pune University. Mr. Yogesh is a cyber security professional having 15 plus years of dedicated experience of this field. He is expert consultant in public as well as private sector companies for data security as well as data privacy related issues. His area of expertise are cyber crimes and fraud investigation, cyber forensics and cyber law. He has consulted more than 10,000 cyber crimes investigation for law enforcement agencies and more than 2,000 cyber security incidences for private organizations. He has also trained more than 30,000 government officers as well as more than 5,000 IT professionals for cybercrime investigation and cyber forensics. He is the member of review committee assigned for improvement of standard operating procedure for cybercrime investigation and digital forensics at Maharashtra Cyber, Government of India, Mantralaya, Mumbai. He is also a co-author and principal contributor for several books published by Data Security Council of India over the topic of cybercrime investigation and cybercrime investigation. He has also given major contribution in drafting standard operating procedure for cybercrime investigation manual for Pune Police in Marathi language. He has written several articles over cyber security which have been published in police journals by Center for Police Research. He has been the lecturer, instructor over the topics of cyber forensics to various institutions. Also, he has been the resource person and guest faculty at the number of schools, colleges, universities and other institutions. On behalf of APMS Parishad and Yashwantrao Chavan Law College, I welcome Mr. Yogesh Thande. The second resource person for today's workshop is Mr. Rahul Thorambe. He is President Sanjeevani NGO. He is MBA in Information Technology, holding certifications like CISA ISO 20001, Ethical Hacking, Networking Security, Virus Programming, Web and Mobile Hacking. He is dealing with financial fraud cases for past 15 years. In this field, he is helping victims of cyber crimes to document the case and assist the police for documentation to make the case strong in the court. He has personally seen more than 5,000 cases of cyber crimes. He has been invited on Radio Mirchi for answering live public questions on cyber crimes. I also welcome him on behalf of Yashwantrao Chavan Law College. Now I request Principal Dr. Golab Madam to felicitate our resource person Mr. Yogesh Thande. I request Principal Madam to felicitate our next resource person, Mr. Rahul Thorambe. Thank you, ma'am. So, without being an impediment between resource person and the students, now I request our first resource person, Mr. Yogesh Thande sir, to deliver his lecture on cyber security challenges and issues. Thank you, sir.
So, good morning. मला असं धरून धरून म्हणून बसत आहे का? cybersecurity is the talk of the town. I don't need to tell you why it is needed, how important it is, and all these things. I think that is related to our basic necessities, food, shelter, clothes, and internet. And something which is related to internet will be always there trending, and one of that is cybersecurity. Though, sir, I because I want to start my presentation. Can you help me, sir?
Sir, sir.
फोटो घ्या. Just help me out with this. आणि चेंज करायला मला स्ट्रच करायला लागेल.
हो सर, मी आहे.
नाही, तुम्ही नका थांबू. I'll do it. All right. So, like I started my career into cybersecurity when I was doing my computer science graduation. And the only thing which I used to ask myself while that time, am I going to be another software engineer, unlike my classmates? And then, every time I was thinking that, I have to do something different because I was never settled being a part of crowd. And that thought of doing something different than software engineering actually brought me into the cybersecurity way back in 2005, when internet itself was not so normal. I have been thinking about doing career in cybersecurity. Back then and today, there is a tremendous changes in terms of use of, computer equipments, internet, and all these things. And actually, definitely by day it is growing like anything. So, being a resource person for law enforcement agency for quite a good amount of time, I have been coming across lots of new type of cyber attacks which are happening. And to be honest, this session is not about cyber attacks only and how they are happening. Definitely, they will help you to understand, what you should do. But in most of the time, I think one question that we need to ask ourselves that what are we doing consciously to build cyber resilience? Are we doing something, or we are just sitting for something to happen? And especially while working in law sector, or you are going to be lawyer hereafter, I think this is something you have to know, because earlier I used to be addressing only cyber crimes, but now because of digitalization has been taken place into everybody's lives so closely that I am now working with all types of lawyers. So no matter what specialization you will choose hereafter, you will always require this. So both things, like me and Rahul both will be sensitizing you on various topic of that. Please have your questions asked today itself, because this is really critical for your career as well. So going forward, so how sir, where is हे पुढे न्यायचं असेल तर नक्की पुढे टच करायचं. Alright, so this statistic says that this is almost 1 million victims per day. But if you ask me, I feel this is, under-quoted statistics. It should be minimum, like at least 10 times of it. Victims per day globally for cyber attack. And when I'm saying victims, that doesn't mean that I got a call and realized that is a fraudster. That is not a being victim. Being victim means actually there is something happening about you. And again, in terms of finances, if you look at, these are the statistics of 2020 published in 2021, which says almost $1,90,000 per second. Now imagine how much would be the amount today. So as by looking at these particular statistics, you can imagine there is a huge growth for people to pursue career even from law background, to protect people money or recover their money while they are losing money in cyber attack. And all these cyber attacks actually starts with data. Data is a new oil, it has been said. And as we are using lots of free services and which are life essential services, I will say. I think if someone says don't use Google Maps henceforth, you will say no, I can't do like that. Or if someone says no, we will not, WhatsApp you cannot use or should not use. Again, someone will say no, that is a really essential for today's communication. So likewise, while we are using all these services free of cost, we are the product, and all our data is being siphoned out. And not only through the services that we use, but also the apps and all these things. Everybody wants to be the part of your mobile phone. Reason because they can get a maximum information and they can make a profile out of you, and they can predict you emotionally what you are going to do, what you are going to purchase, permission to get our personal information. Now the next question is really critical. Are they actually keeping this information secured at their servers? So while being Google, Amazon, Meta, Apple and any other tech company who is continuously fetching our personal information, keeping on their servers, are they actually protecting it? And believe me, it is not easy to protect such a big amount of data on server. So in most of the cases, these companies are being victimized to data breach attacks. And our data has been stolen from these companies. And after this data has been stolen, that particular data is being sold on darknet. And it's a reality. And if you ask me, even my data is there on darknet. It doesn't mean that I am a cybersecurity expert, that means my data is not there. Because I am using all these services, so I am not an exception to that. And while that information is available for sale on darknet and these guys are purchasing that data or selling that data for other criminals, imagine the cyber attacks happens in this era is all planned cyber attack. These are not the random cyber attacks. Okay? So gone are the days where there used to be a random attack. Now all the cyber attacks are the proper planned attacks. And that's why the success rate for these attacks has been increased like anything. Most of the time you may see, sir, there are hardly any news that Google data has been compromised, Apple data has been compromised. Yes, that news comes into the media only when they lose a negotiation with the attacker. So attacker take a good chunk of data from their servers and then they sit for a negotiation that you pay us in bitcoins or cryptocurrency because that is difficult to be traced, and then only we will not publish that information. While they lose that negotiation, they actually sell that data again in cryptocurrency on dark web. So everybody who is sitting here and using these services, our data is there for sale. And that's why we have to be more cautious, because the enemy here in cyberspace already knows everything about you, whereas you don't even know who the enemy is. And that's why I think we have to be on our toes while we are roaming around in cyberspace every now and then. So like I have just said, it is all research-based attacks, even if it is on individual or a company or an organization. All these attacks, starts with proper research about target, finding the loopholes, exploiting them, and all these things. Now I will share you a case study with you, about hacking, and then it will make you think that how critical it is. Now, if I ask you, and as well as me, that what are you doing for cyber security, apart from putting a password to your account and installing an antivirus? Right? If the enemy is so strong, enemy is so knowledgeable, you have to be on your toes. And then you can, with this case study also you will realize. So this case study is about a person who is living in Gडपत, Pune, and he is a victim of hacking. But this hacking is not the normal hacking. It has turned out to be really ugly for him. As an ethical hacker, when I did my ethical hacking in 2008, first thing they had taught us how to make system hack proof. Are you interested to know how to make system hack proof?
Yes, sir.
So pay your attention that in order to make any system hack proof, first you need to disconnect the system from network and then shut down the system, keep it in the cupboard so it will be hack proof. This is not my definition, okay? This is a real definition, you can Google it. There is not a single system which is a hack proof system. Okay? Otherwise, company would have, market themselves like buy this laptop, this is a hack proof laptop. Or buy this phone, this is a hack proof phone. Nobody is doing that. Because they know whenever there is access, there is a possibility of unauthorization. Now here, in this particular case study, the person received an email in the month of December, and it was an email from unknown person saying that you have a gift from Santa. Okay? It is the month of December, and no matter which religion you follow, you know that the Santa will come and gift you. So he just got curious on that, that gift could be. He clicked on that email, he went to this particular site, he opened that particular site, and then he has been redirected to a site where there was a pop-up that click here to download gift from Santa. And then he downloaded that particular gift, which turned out to be a GIF file, all these moving picture files. And what was there in that file? That Santa is dancing. So Santa's gift is Santa's dance. Okay. He found that funny. For him, the gift and the overall thing got over. But then for hacker, it got just started. Hacker realized that he could land into a Lenovo laptop, and that Lenovo laptop is connected to a home Wi-Fi router. So that hacker got into the Wi-Fi router and hacked every device connected to that Wi-Fi router. Now, in normal situation, hacker should have just siphoned out all the money and vanished. But this hacker was little different. He started sending emails to the victim. So this is the malware planted, and this is the screenshot of his Gmail, the victim's Gmail. And you can see, because those I think who are standing there might not be able to, but I'll read for them. There is an email by hacker to the victim. I have masked the details so you will not realize who is the person is. That he wakes up 9:30, 10 a.m. every day, lazy guy. Okay. And he was not only sending this email to himself, like that victim, he was sending that email to all his friends, colleagues, and relatives, everybody. Now there is a second email again the same, that you are extremely lazy and all. Third email is interesting, from Tom. It is an email from that victim's wife email account to the victim saying that Sheila's mobile hacked. So hacker hacked her phone and sent an email to the victim saying that your wife's phone is hacked. And hacker used to talk to him through only subject line. So even though he won't open that email, the hacker could be in a position to convey his message. And likewise, hacker was sending emails to everyone, and then everybody started asking questions to him. What are you happening? Are you actually waking up 10 a.m. every day and all these things? He rushed to cyber police station and he filed a complaint there. I got a call from police officer at posted at cyber police station. He happened to be my student. He said, sir, we have a different case of hacking. I want you to look into this, and I also want you to talk to the victim, because victim feels that these hackers are very techie guys and police are non-techie guys, and how can they help him out? So he wanted me to connect with him and talk to him and make him relax a little bit on this part. So I talked to that guy and I said, don't worry. Now whatever the emails you are receiving, we are working on it. And I am also ethical hacker. I am a private person and I am training law enforcement agencies. So you don't worry. We will take care of whatever is happening. Only one thing I have requested in that whenever you receive a new email, you take a screenshot of that and send to me. So I will understand the level of penetration. So he has agreed to that. And I was not in Pune during that particular period when he had called me. So I said, well, after 4 days when I will back, I will meet you and I will meet the investigation officer as well. Meanwhile, that particular victim has sent me a WhatsApp message. This is the WhatsApp message that victim had sent to me. Now he has taken a screenshot, and like I have told him, and he has mentioned Like first I will tell you what the screenshot is all about. Screenshot is the last image in this bigger screenshot. Do you often take your dog in your red car? So it's a question from hacker to victim that are you taking your dog in your car for a ride? Then hi Yogesh, he's a best friend with and the best friend